Hey guys, welcome to my Blu-ray collection update video for 2025. So if you would bear with me, there's quite a few movies to go through today. And just so you guys know what an update video is, it's not my whole collection. My whole collection video is here. All this is simply an update to that collection of everything I've bought since I made the collection video to now, which is quite a few. Sorry, Paul Mescal, you're gonna have to move. So we're gonna go in alphabetical order today, starting with 22 Jump Street.
My name is Jeff.
This is the Steelbook. I love 22 Jump Street. I think it's better than 21 Jump Street because it has like a little bit more feel that it can make fun of action sequels as well as action movies. It's a beautiful, beautiful edition. And I love the fact that the discs are actually colored and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, really, really great steelbook on this one, and an exciting addition to my collection, especially since my copy of 22 Jump Street is messed up. So very, very awesome to have this. Next is going to be a lot of movies, that are going to be on that top 100 video coming soon, like Bonnie and Clyde. This is the classic with the digibook insert. These digibooks are always really interesting, but it's dude, I don't know. It's so awkward to be reading a Blu-ray instead of an actual book. But I don't know. Some of them are really interesting, and this one looks pretty interesting. But this is one of my favorite movies. 60s movement is really, really interesting. And I love this movie because it's that, late 60s, early 70s zoom lens kind of movement, but done with such a classic gangster story that makes it super interesting because the sort of style, new age style, isn't matching with the old age story. And I really, really enjoyed about this movie, and I'm very excited to talk about this movie on my top 100 list. Also on the top 100 is going to be The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari. This is a wonderful silent film about German expressionism, and one of the first movies with a plot twist, which is a really fun fact. This is one of my favorite movies of all time. I'm very, very excited to talk about it in the top 100 video. Moving on to some things that I haven't seen. This is the original Dune, the David Lynch Dune. I'm very, very excited to see this. My girlfriend is a huge Dune fan. So it'll be really, really cool to see this. And I think it'll be interesting to compare it to Denis' take on the story. So very excited about that. And then we have a new Steelbook, The Death of Superman. I've never read the comic. I've always wanted to. And so because of that, I'm going to watch the movie. I'm not normally one for skipping on your homework, we'll say. But I'm not a big fan of Superman, but I would like to know what the story entails, especially knowing that Zack Snyder kind of tried to adapt it.
Martha! Why did you say that name?
Please, stop!
Why did you say that name?
It's his mother's name! It's his mother's name.
Next, I got Evil Dead Rise. I saw this in theaters when it came out. One of the creepiest movies I've seen from that year. I like the body horror in it. I like this sort of possession stuff. And it was a really, really fun movie. So I'm excited to sort of see it again and re-engage with the movie once again. And I really hope that they make more of these because I enjoyed this quite a bit. Next, I have The Godfather Coda, The Death of Michael Corleone. I've never seen this. I don't know how, but I just have always heard that the third Godfather is bad. So I've never even bothered trying to watch it. But this is Francis Ford Coppola's re-edit of the third movie that's supposed to be much better than the original. So I figured if I'm gonna watch the third one, this is the way to watch it, and now I have it. Next is going to be the last Fincher film that I do not own, and now I currently do, which is The Game. This is a really underrated thriller. it's it's not much more depth than I would say his other stuff is, and it certainly sort of doesn't hold a candle to those things. Correct, but it is a really, really great movie. It's one of those things where when a filmmaker only makes A movies, when they make a B movie, everyone kind of shits on it. But you kind of forget that it's still a really good B movie. And The Game is an excellent example of that. There's a wonderful performance from Michael Douglas in here, and I'm really, really excited to watch this one again. Next is one of my top 10 movies of the year, Hundreds of Beavers, in this beautiful edition. I love this edition of the movie. I do not care that it is free on YouTube. I will give as much money as I can to these filmmakers because this is one of the best movies of the year. It's free on YouTube. I'm going to keep pushing it until somebody comes up and tells me that they have seen it because, gosh, I love this movie. This movie is one of the funniest movies I've ever seen. I love the way that it uses like Looney Tunes style humor in real life, and definitely worth seeing if you haven't. Next, I have Infernal Affairs. This is actually the original movie that The Departed is based on. And it's supposed to be really good. It spins off an entire like action franchise that I'm excited to check out. I know Criterion has like a 4-pack collection of the series, but I want to watch the first one, and this was only like $2 or $3, so I was super, super excited to see this one, and I'm really excited to watch it. Next is Jingle All the Way. This is one of the very few Christmas classics that I hadn't seen. I watched it recently, like maybe a week or so ago, and I thought it was fun. Arnie is like so bad in the movie. Put the cookie down. That it's like weird. It's like one of the worst performances I think I've ever seen, and like I don't know why the movie never explains that like Arnold is this like stay-at-home suburban dad. But it's really good to see a classic, even though it's not my first personal favorite Christmas movie. It's good to have it in the repertoire of like, oh, this is what a lot of people love about Christmas. And I did enjoy the plot and the premise, and I think it's a pretty decent film. Next is Mrs. Doubtfire, starring the late and great Robin Williams. Sad that he's no longer with us, but he leaves these wonderful movies behind, or so I think. Because I've never actually seen Mrs. Doubtfire. It's just something that somehow escaped me, and I'm very excited to watch it though because I'm interested to see how it holds up in the current day and age. And I'm very excited too because Robin Williams is just like a true joy to watch on screen, and I can't wait to watch this one. Next is Magic Mike, which I got for only $1. And I thought, you know, for $1, it's not bad. This movie's supposed to be really good, really funny, and I'm excited to see it. I don't know when I'll watch it, but, you know, hey, you can't beat $1, right? Hey guys, if you want the Magic Mike online code, you can have it, except for the fact the deadline was 2014. That is how long ago this movie came out. You know those things that you, like, kind of remember, like, vaguely from when you're a kid? And then one day you see the thing and you're just like, whoa, I saw that every day when I was a child, and I just was like in some foggy recess of my mind. That's over the hedge for me. I've seen this movie a couple of times when I was younger, and I've never revisited it. And then one day I was hanging out with my friends and someone brought it up, and I was like, whoa, I remember that movie existing. So that friend bought me this movie for Christmas this year, and I'm excited to go back and watch it. I'd love to watch it with him. I think that would be a fun little adventure. So we'll have to see. But yeah, one of the earlier DreamWorks movies. So it'll be interesting to see also how like this compares to How to Train Your Dragon and other great things that they've made. Next, I got Paranormal Activity. This is another like movie that everyone says is one of the classics of the early 2000s, and I've just somehow never seen it. I love Blair Witch, so I love kind of the same found footage world that it's from. And I need to watch this, so I'm really excited that I own it, and now I can give it a chance. Next up is one of my favorite films ever. One of the most messed up movies ever. It is Perfect Blue. I'll talk more about it in my top 100 video, but this is a movie that messes with you both psychologically as well as mentally and physically in a strange way, to where your idea of what's real and what's not real, I think, kind of changes after you watch Perfect Blue. It's not just one of the best anime films, it's not just one of the best animated movies, it's one of the best movies of all time. And I really, really adore this edition. You guys know how I was talking about earlier, how I'm a sucker for disc art. So we got some beautiful disc art and then a little book here. And then the very haunting image on the back. I'm excited to revisit this. I'm scared to revisit this. But yeah. Next is The Proposal with Ryan Reynolds and Sandra Bullock. I've seen this on TV a couple times, and I was very excited to get it with the slipcover. It's a really great rom-com. I haven't seen it in a long time, and I'm really, really looking forward to looking back at this movie, especially with the careers that they have had, especially Ryan Reynolds. What a strange thing that's turned out to be. Next pull wasn't what we thought. Next, I have Psycho 2. I've seen Psycho 1. I really love Psycho 1. Alfred Hitchcock's masterpiece. And this is a movie that a lot of people kind of bashed. But now are all coming around on, as that it's actually like a really interesting movie. Maybe not a good movie, but an interesting movie. So I'm very excited to check this one out. And I'm really glad to add it to my collection. Next is Romancing the Stone. Got this for like 40% off at Barnes & Noble. Early Zemeckis movie. The same guy who did Back to the Future and things like that, of course. And it was all right. It was pretty fun. I watched it the other day. It's very like in its time, wrapped up with Indiana Jones and that whole sort of thing. But it was a really fun watch, and I recommend that if you want to check out an action rom-com kind of movie, this is definitely one to look at. But I will say, it is way better than The Lost City. Just saying. And finally, kind of lackluster, but, you know, this is how alphabetical goes. I have Troy. This is the extended director's cut. I love the Iliad. I love the Odyssey. And this is an adaptation I've never seen. I'm also a huge Brad Pitt fan, and this is like one of his big performances that has somehow escaped me. So I'm very excited to check this out. Very excited to add to the collection. And now I just gotta figure out which one of my friends I'm gonna force to watch the 3.5-hour cut of this movie with me. But yeah, so that was my Blu-ray collection update video. But to give you guys another update, I'm going to be skipping out on my Wednesday usual video. I'll probably post shorts and stuff throughout the week of the past videos that I've been making. But I just need some time to really hone in and make that top 100 video. So I'm going to take pretty much this whole week to really try to put that thing together. It's going to take probably about 3 hours to record it alone, let alone editing it. So it'll be really, really interesting, but it's going to be really hard. So bear with me, have some patience with me on that, and I will get it to you guys as soon as I can. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. See you in the next one.